Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. Today, we are kind of going to have a bit of a chill Sunday recap episode. We kind of have a lot of things to talk about, I guess, in relation to the market, right, Michael? Things are going crazy this week.
Things are going crazy. I've been away the last few days. We're back on the road with the family, and I was looking at Flipstop Finance yesterday.
It's bloody.
Wild.
It's bloody out there. Yeah,
bloody,
both of
bloody.
us have been away. Michael, where are you at? You said?
I'm in Cherry Hill, New Jersey right now.
New Jersey.
Right outside of Philadelphia, over the bridge from Philly.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
Yep.
And I just got back. I was just saying that I woke up at 3:45 a.m. and I did not even sleep because I tried to go to sleep at midnight, but I get very antsy when I know I have to wake up super early. And but I just flew back from Canada. Just got back into Texas and had a little birthday weekend. My birthday is actually the same day as Canada Day, which is their Independence Day. And my twin sister and I, we went out there and we just spent, I think, maybe 5 days in Canada. It was so nice. I had never been to Canada before. We went to Alberta and we stayed in Calgary, which is their big city. And it honestly kind of looks like New York with all the big buildings and everything, but it's way less crazy and chaotic and polluted. And it's just so much more chill. And there's a lot of really nice parks and everything. And then my favorite thing that we did was we went up to Banff National Park and spent a whole day there. You could take a bus for $10, 2 hours to get there. So we woke up really early and spent the whole day there. And then we came back to Calgary for our Airbnb. But yeah, it was so nice. If anyone's been to Banff, they know what I'm talking about. But it seriously was the nicest national park I had ever been to. It was huge. There was so much to do. There was horseback riding. There was a whole skate park there. There was everything. There was kayaking. We kayaked for 2 hours. It was so much fun. And it was just so beautiful. I definitely want to go back to Canada. And the stereotypes are true about Canadians being nicer. Seriously, everyone was so nice. And also the food quality was better. At the restaurants, I could tell the food quality was way better than the US. So
Wow.
Yeah, who knew? Canada was where it's at.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, I've heard so many good things about that national park. Happy belated birthday to you and your sister.
Thank you. Yes, 28, 28 years old.
Unbelievable. Getting up there.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Getting up there.
Yeah, and my sister and I, we decided to start a challenge for being 28 of doing 100 push-ups / pull-ups a day.
Wow.
So you can kind of do either or. You can do 100 push-ups or you can do 50 pull-ups, 50 push-ups. But we're trying to, this is the year of us being the most fit we've ever been. That's what we're striving for.
Amazing. Have you started? You have to work up to that, or do you do that many already?
Oh, no. First of all, I just got a pull-up bar. I can do 2 pull-ups.
Okay.
As a max. My sister is up to 13. She's really good. I'll get there eventually. I can do 15 push-ups in a row. I tested it yesterday. But I've just been doing them today I've been doing them in 5 or 10 increments, just periodically throughout the day. I can't just bust it all out, because I just do 5 at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's totally doable. And if anyone wants to do the challenge with me, go for it. It's the pseudo challenge.
Cool. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I've actually been doing some hot yoga recently, which has been amazing. Yeah. I used to do it 5, 6, 7 years ago. I got really into hot yoga.
Really?
And I love it. Yeah. But when you say push-ups, that kind of reminded me because one of the moves is I don't know, vinyasa or whatever, where you go down and you do like a push up and you come back up and you get into down dog. So
yeah.
Even after a couple of weeks, I feel myself like stronger with the push up because you do a plank and you hold it, and they have you go down and back up and
Yep, exactly. It's all about being stronger.
Totally.
Also, I learned how to do a headstand in Canada. We went to the park. My sister, she's like getting really fit. So she's at a better level than me. So she kind of teaches me stuff. And she's like, we started doing headstands in the park. It's a lot of fun. It's mostly balance. It reminds me of yoga, which is what you were talking about. But anyway, fun times.
Amazing. So at the end of the last episode, we were talking about the Azuki Elemental drop that was coming up. And you know what's so funny? I'll speak for myself because it's your favorite project, but I've been killing Azuki for like a year. And anytime Zagabond comes up and it's like, and then finally we were like, I guess, they had this awesome
coming around to Azuki
Vegas,
being like, you know what, we actually like Azuki now. We literally were starting to like Azuki.
I know. I was like, I guess, I can't really argue with all the success and the party and everybody loves it. I Eat Pork Buns even commented in the Discord, like they're becoming Azuki and Maxis now. Like literally the moment we start giving them credit, they come out. So what's going? So they have this drop, and the mechanics of it to begin with were real FOMO-y, where they were given like 10-minute windows. They wanted to make sure this minted out. We didn't even know the price when we were on the air last week. It ended up being 2 ETH each was the price.
So much.
So they just knew, like, bottom line to them, and I've been there in those war rooms, like, how can we make sure this mints? We can't have anything weird happen. 10-minute windows, get everybody a minute out. If there's anything left at all for public, which I think there was like 1,000.
Nothing. No, nothing was left for public.
It didn't even make it. Oh,
it didn't make it to public.
Right. It wouldn't even matter. I mean, if it was that little, like, you would have had to put so much gas. You would have got wrecked. So luckily there wasn't. But the Azuki holders got half of them for free, and the other 10,000 went for 2 ETH, which is $38 million.
Wow.
That they brought in.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So it's not just like they had a drop, but they brought in 38 million. Jeez. So it was like massive amount of money, especially in the bear market, and all from their holders,
right?
Because that's the only people that could buy. And then as the reveal started coming in, people were like, "What the heck is this?" They look like the regular Azukis, right? Like that's like the kind of.
Yeah, these are the elementals, by the way, which they've been kind of hyping up. Like people are like, what is this? They literally, the art looks identical to those that don't study Azuki traits, and they kind of basically just kind of like expanded the traits in a way. Yeah, and I read their whole thread about it.
They did add a couple animal characters and a couple children characters, I think, that were different. That people said, if the whole collection was the animals and the kids, they probably would have crushed it.
Right.
Yeah. But keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off.
And they look, basically, people were mostly mad because they look too much like the actual original collection, where it feels like, well, what's the point of me having an original Azuki if the elemental, going for a lot less is going to be looking the same as my NFT? Like, it doesn't make it seem like I have a more special, even though, maybe the utility, maybe, you'll have better access or whatever. Like, it looks the same. So, on Twitter, it's like, okay, people don't know if you have an elemental or an Azuki. And that did not go well. I don't even think, did it even get above mint price at any point on the secondary?
It may have at the very beginning, but I think it probably didn't actually, because they held, you couldn't even sell them until after it was sold out.
Okay.
And the reason they did that is because they knew that if it got below, they might not get their 38 mil.
Right.
That was the bottom line. Them getting 38 mil.
Yep.
And then, everything reveals after and let the cards fall. So they did put out a thread about it. That they wanted to kind of bring people into the ecosystem was there.
And people were saying, well, nobody even got to mint besides existing holders. Yep. And so the interesting thing is, at the end of the thread, they were kind of like, we want to make it up to people. And then they kind of announced like this green bean, or not announced, but they kind of like I guess did a little sneak peek of like what's to come, which was like a green bean. And that's all they said about it. Nothing else. People were not very satisfied. I think basically anybody who had it out for Azuki or didn't like Azuki, they took this opportunity to pile on. And I think existing holders were hurt by this decision of it being the same, because I think a lot of projects, they'll show the art or at least a little sneak preview of what the art reveal is going to be before it mints out. The fact that you didn't even know what it was going to look like at all, and you didn't even know the price, it is just pretty crazy. Like they were really going for that max FOMO, you know?
Yep, they were. They were going for that max bottom line. They were going for some money.
And did you see that? I wish I would have bookmarked the thread about it. Let me know if you heard about this, where the Azuki DAO, I guess the people kind of put in a proposal to, what is it, like sue Zagabond?
Yeah, I think so. For the 38 million, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, for the 38 million. And people are not happy over this. So, yeah.
And then that DAO got hacked for 35 ETH somehow.
It did? What?
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
when the story I read about them suing also said they got hacked in like the same day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
okay.
I know, it's messed up. Yeah.
So chaos ensues. Do we think that Azuki is responsible for the market, literally to the NFT market tanking like crazy? I mean, I've even seen people like Nate Alex, who's been in this space since 2017. Like we had him on the pod really early.
Yeah.
He was like, I have never even seen, drops this dramatic. And just overall, like he showed multiple collections. It wasn't just like, one collection in particular. Everything across the board. I mean, all the main big popular projects. We were just talking about this before recording, but Bored Ape dropped below 30 ETH, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. Well below. It was like 27. I mean, I would have been miserable if I didn't sell that thing. Getting that low.
You would have been a wreck for sure.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Now all of a sudden your sales looking better and better every time. But yeah, now the floor is 30 ETH, which is, I mean, I know that sounds like a lot compared to nothing at all and it just being a JPEG picture. But if you're in this space, 30 ETH is so low for a Bored Ape.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been that low in a very long time. And there are a lot of projects that were just dropping like crazy. And it makes me think, is this due to, I mean, it feels like it is due to the liquidity being sucked out from Azuki taking 38 million from their Elementals drop. And, people were not able to be profitable on those Elementals and flip them for money. So maybe they had to panic sell a bunch of stuff, hence, everything. And then also, let me see if I can pull up the, here we go. Cirrus NFT, CIRRUS NFT on Twitter. They're a great follow. They said, over the last few days, we've seen the worst liquidation cascade in the history of NFTs, and it's not really close. There were 1,244 liquidations in the last 96 hours. This excludes forced sellers that sold their collateral to repay loans before they were underwater. For reference, on an average day over the last year, you'd see 10 to 15 NFT loans liquidated. Beans were hit the hardest, with 636 of them, over 3% of their supply. Good news is that the rate of liquidations has slowed drastically over the last few hours, and there aren't a crazy amount of underwater loans left. Think we're done with those sharp one-day moves down that we've seen over the last few days. So,
wow.
I guess, man, that is just so crazy.
Listen to some of these 30-day numbers. Azuki, by the way, it went from like 17 ETH when they were getting ready to drop down to like 5.5. It's now back to 6.5.
Wow.
And the Elementals are 1.04 ETH. So people that paid 2 ETH plus gas, I mean, that's a shame. Like those people got wrecked.
Yep.
But like 30-day numbers, Bored Apes is down 37%. Mutants is down 42%. Azuki's is down 61%. D-Gods is down 25%. Captains is down 43%. CryptoPunks is down 20%. Pudgies are down 12%. Beans Officials down 71%. Heavy Metals down 44%. Kennel Club's down 46%. Clonex is down 40%. Doodles is down 40%. Moonbird's down 40%. The Potatoes is down 50%. Meebits is down 43%. Those are 30-day numbers.
Wow.
Yep. And some of them are up a little bit from yesterday. Yesterday was the bottom
30-day? I'd be curious what's a 7-day.
Yep. Let me pull that up. 7-day. It's a little less. 30-day was more dramatic than 7-day.
Okay.
7-day Bored Apes is 19. Mutants is 21. Azuki's is down 51.65% over 7 days, but they're up 21% over 24 hours. So they were down.
Mm-hmm.
They were down even more, and now
they
they're
bounced from the bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But I mean, 7 days is bad, but 30 days for whatever is a little more dramatic.
Wow. Yeah.
But 24 hours is looking nice. We got, if you just went through the 24 hours, like
perspective.
Pudgies is up 15%, Beans is up 25%, Heavy Metals up 20%, Kennel Club's up 21. Yeah, I know. We're on the way up now. We're on the way up now.
Climbing. Yeah. And D-Gods, you mentioned D-Gods.
Yeah.
What's with them? I heard they were supposed to have an announcement and crickets, right? Like people are like, what's happening over there?
I don't know what's happening there. Let me see where Utes is at.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Frank still keeps coming on Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
And Frank is...
he's out there publicly.
Yep.
For sure. Definitely putting his self out there. I mean, that's good. Building in public.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of building in public, Luca Nets, that interview, man, we do kind of have to talk about that because that was such an amazing interview. I mean, that guy is so inspiring and such like a marketing genius that I was actually influenced, folks. I literally spent, what did I spend? 0.33 on a Lil Pudgy. So, and that's a lot for me. Like, I do not buy NFTs often. And when I do, it takes me a while to really marinate on it. But I pulled the trigger. I got a little Pudgy. And I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Luca seems like, he's really got some big plans for Pudgy Penguins. Oh, also, I have to shout out in our Discord, NFT Catcher Pod Discord, some of the things people said. So Marca said, hands up if you're very tempted to buy a penguin after listening to the pod. And let me see, where's the other one that I was going to read? Ollie and I Eat Pork Buns said that Luke is very impressive, which, yeah, I agree. He was very impressive.
Yeah.
That was just such a great interview, and it seemed like you guys really enjoyed that one. So we do want to have him back again at some point. We don't often do repeat guests, but we definitely want to have him back.
Yeah, Luke is something else. I knew that was going to be good. I heard a bunch of his interviews. He was on Coffee with Captain. He's doing some good, like, I just knew it was going to be really good. And he's very confident. Like, I love how he goes to these companies, whatever this formula thing he says he's got, where it seems to just work down the line. Luke is very impressive. Marketing genius is a good way to put it. And he's young and smart and confident. He can take on the world.
Yeah.
He said he's got some ideas for other projects to purchase. And he was saying one of them is kind of a small collection and he didn't want to shout it out. I was just I was wondering, like, do you think it's Gutter Cat? Like, I don't know what.
Okay, but that's multiple. That's
multiple collections. I know.
Cat,
that's why I don't think.
Pigeon,
I know. That's right. And there's a lot when you get all those. Yeah.
Right. And that's not, I don't know. I don't think that's small. Like the way he said small made it seem like.
I was trying to look for like a 500 like penguin collection or something. Like,
another penguin one? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what was he? Because it's a small one.
Something cute, because he said cute does really well. Like, so
it'll be something like that for sure.
Yeah, it was cool hearing like his background story too on kind of like how he got started, and I loved hearing him like saying that he was just what was he just like packaging boxes or something? And he was just like absorbing everything.
Yeah, at
and
Ring Doorbell.
taking it all
He got
in.
it. He got into Ring Doorbell, so he was looking for a job and he was knocking on every door he could possibly find, and he happened to come across
That's
this
smart.
little tiny startup that was Ring Doorbell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now
fortuitous.
Ring, everybody knows Ring. Like that's like
I
the
know.
most
Yeah,
popular
we have it
thing.
at our house. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was an amazing interview. And yeah, bought a pudgy from it. Have you bought anything recently? Sold anything recently? How are your
No, my
Nakamigos?
Nakas, well, they went down when everything else went down, but they
Right.
actually came back. So they're just under where I bought them.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm cool. Like, I mean, it's going to fluctuate. It's going to go up and down. I need to wait and see what they have some news. You know, like that's what's going to spark whatever I hope it sparks. Like who the founder is. It's either going to, like, it could kill it. We could find out who the founder is, and it could just be like, oh, this was another Zagabond.
Goblin Town. They killed it.
It killed it.
It
Right.
killed it.
Goblin Town killed it.
Completely.
Completely. Yeah,
When they revealed the
they're
founder.
like, oh, it's not people.
Exactly.
Right. So, but we'll see. So you're telling me that Nakamigos is going down when we find out?
Well, if I would just say don't get your hopes up for that, necessarily being the catalyst. Unless,
why do I think it's the
someone...
Larva Labs guys?
Oh my God. Yeah, what are their names? Like Matt and something else?
It is something like
I don't
that,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, the Larva Lab. They're pretty hands-off, though. So would you really
They
want
are.
them to be the founders? They're like super hands-off.
Well, the reason I would want to is because that announcement would probably pump and I would probably take my money. So I wouldn't really care what they did with the project
Fair.
long term.
You just want them to have some more attention.
Yeah. I don't care.
Typical DJ.
Maybe we should just start a rumor. Like,
oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you want it to be? Well, besides them, I don't know. I feel like if it was like Frank, that would pump it. Or
that
if it
would
was
pump
like,
it.
but for
I
real.
remember I said last week, I was like, maybe it's Gordon. He like left Bored Apes and like started his own.
Oh my God. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't know. Beeple's got something going on because the fact that he promised to do season 2, like he's got to know. Richard 100% knew who it was. Like, what's the most underrated NFT project? He's like Nakamigos.
Well, he probably just like. Do you really think that he really believed that? Or
did I waste $5,000?
Was it just top of mind awareness where he's like,
I don't think he says a lot that he doesn't believe. I think he's.
True, he does seem like a very like logical kind of guy.
Right, he's not just throwing random. Yeah, he
That's
knew.
so
like,
funny though.
And then like he was like, "We don't talk about that," with a big smile on his face. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. Who's the owner? We don't talk about that. So I was like, "All right, he knows."
Yeah.
Who would it be that he's like friends with? Like maybe it's like but he said it wasn't him. Like he like adamantly said it wasn't him, and I believe that. Which is fine, but he knows.
We
and
may
he knows
never
it's something. He knows it's something cool.
Did the Ape Council thing end, or is that still going?
That did end. It ended up being. It was like Captain Trippy and Wabi or whatever. WAA.
Okay, got it.
That one was. Yep.
Damn.
And then for the stewards, it was all City and somebody else.
Was it Tiger?
I think it was.
Oh.
I think it was. What is it? What's her name?
Tiger is fine.
Yeah. I think it was. Those are good jobs. That's really cool for those people.
Oh, yeah. She did. Yeah. I see it now. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. I got to reach out to All City, too, because we were buddies back in the day. And I helped him with one of his projects, and I know him pretty well, so I want to say what's up. Maybe we'll get some of that. Maybe we'll get some of that grant money for the NFT Catcher podcast.
Oh, is that what we're shooting for?
Maybe. We're like, what could we do with the council? What could I suggest to him? Is there anything that would like be advantageous for us? We have to think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I could throw out a little. Like he's probably like in charge of proposals now and stuff. Like, could help get one of those proposals through.
Yeah.
Put us up in a nice studio.
We live in different states.
Oh yeah, whoops. Maybe something for Art Basel. Maybe something for Art Basel.
Ooh, wait, when's Art Basel? December, right?
Yeah, it's like early
I'm like,
December, late November.
yes, I'm like, when am I going to go back to Miami? I'm ready to go back to Miami. I need another event.
Hell yeah. Art Basel's going to be a good one. And what's going to be up with Ape Fest? We don't know about Ape Fest still. It's going to be international, right? Isn't that the rumor?
What?
The rumor is that it's going to be international.
Yep. That's interesting. Okay.
Yep. And the rumors in like Asia. So I'm thinking like Hong Kong.
I can see it being, yeah, I can see that.
And people will be mad, but what they want to do is just get other people to know about them. You know, like get that Asian market.
The U.S. will be mad. All the U.S. holders will be
all those
mad.
people will. There'll probably be people that sell and like,
yeah, they haven't. Yeah, didn't Laura say that it was supposed to be? I mean, for sure, sometime this year. She said.
Yeah. No, they said it's going to be this year, and we're in July now, so
we're
it's time
waiting. Even though I don't even have any type of. I don't even know what I'm not.
Yeah, but you get into whatever you want. You just like, oh, can I?
Sometimes if I have the proper connections, if people I know are going and they're like helping organize it, then yeah. But if not, then no. I probably won't go to it. But
if it's near, I was always thinking it was going to be like right around Art Basel, but the rumor is that it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, what's even the next NFT event? I don't think there's anything. Oh, you know what? Permissionless, right? Isn't that happening in Austin, Texas in, I want to say, either August or September?
Well, there's always events. Like you could, like ETH Berlin and things like, there's always something, but the one that like everyone's going to go to, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Permissionless in Austin, that'd be cool.
Yep. Permissionless by Blockworks is in Austin, September 11th through 13th.
I need to get to Austin because I want to go to that comedy club. I want to go to the Mothership. I want to try some of that good barbecue. I love barbecue.
Speaking of barbecue, you have any plans for 4th of July?
We are going to go into Philly tomorrow morning, do the double-decker bus, do like the tourist thing, ride around the city. Yep. Go to Reading Terminal Market, where if you've ever been to Philadelphia or you're going to Philadelphia, Reading Terminal Market, it's an absolute must, world-class market with food vendors that are a couple hundred years old, some of them. Really amazing stuff. Really good food. And then I'm probably going to take the kids to the Franklin Institute, which is good. And speaking of Philly, and while we have Andy here, we actually went Sunday. We went to the Phillies game. Myself, my wife, my 3 kids, Andy, his wife, his 2, my cousin Jeff, his wife, and his 3 kids. And a couple of Corey's cousins. We had a big tailgate party, cooked up lots of food, and went into the game, had a great time at the baseball game.
That's fun.
Got all the kids together. We had 8 little kids running around like crazy.
Yep. That's awesome.
Andy's son showed up decked out head to toe in Phillies gear. He had he had one of those huge like turnover chains on, those like big, huge, like Flavor Flav. Yeah. He had like one of those big chains on and like Philly socks. It was awesome. Everybody was pumped. We had a good time. My cousin brought the Blackstone, made cheesesteaks, breakfast sandwiches.
Wow. Yeah, Philly cheesesteaks. Isn't that like that's like the popular thing?
That's the thing. Yep.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. We had a great time. All went down to the Phillies game and
honestly, when, the market is down, which obviously, it hasn't been too great lately, as you can, see from the 30-day chart, it's always nice to just do things that are not related to NFTs, leave your house, like travel, go out with friends, go out with family, go out in nature and just just try not to think too much about stuff that stresses you out, because there's no point. There's no point in worrying if you can't change the outcome, So
true.
Hopefully you guys are all doing okay out there. Everyone listening, you guys are good. I know
people are getting beat up. I mean, if you're an Azuki holder or even any of the Yuga assets, like you're definitely going through it. It's a shame. I feel bad for the Azuki people. Like I don't take any pleasure in, that's a lot of money those people are, right?
Yeah.
But,
I sympathize with them. I get it.
Yeah, totally. What else is going on? What else we got? Normally I have a list. I got to get back to making my nice big list. I didn't go through what's the drop? Ether? Did you hear anything about that project? I think they
briefly I saw it tweet, but I didn't look into it.
Yeah, I don't know the details either.
So
your background's starting to look nice. You got a bunch of stuff up there. What's that? Oh, you got the mumbot on the bottom left.
Mm-hmm. This is I usually record in my kitchen, like on my island, but I'm in my building out my creative studio. So this is like the background that I kind of built out with basically my NFTs in the back and my Smilesverse poster and my Doodles dollar and mumbot and all that. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice for
it's
video.
It's looking good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we can make this a short episode. Every now and then we have a little.
Yeah, I think we're starting to search for things to talk about.
Short
now
episode. We're just talking about whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Happy 4th of July, or happy Canada Day, or happy whatever. happy week. I don't know. Maybe not in any of these countries, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. And we have some great interviews coming up that I'm sure you guys will really enjoy. With that said, we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.